Hello students, let's start the second part of this chapter, landscape of the soul. This is second part. Okay, in the previous part we have studied about the difference in art of Chinese and the European art. The Chinese, they believe that there is spirit behind any form of art, and the European art is just away from reality. It's just imitation of, or you can say exact copy of whatever you have seen. We have studied about two stories. Okay, the Chinese, they believe in stories also. They give importance to stories behind art. So in the Chinese story we have studied that an artist, he draws something on the wall of a palace for an emperor, and that Chinese artist, he want that emperor to look into a cave where a spirit lived. And why does he want it, the emperor to look into it, is just because so that he can understand the spirit behind that art. He said that there is a spirit who lives in this cave, and when he just clapped his hand, he entered inside and was seen no more. This was just about Chinese story, and the European story was about Quentin Metze, okay, who just draw a similar type of fly over the board panel where, and he wanted to marry. This we have done in the last class. Now the next point is about Shen Shui, or the masculine and feminine aspect. Masculine, feminine aspects of art actually. So the concept of art, according to this, is expressed as Shen Shui, meaning mountain water, okay, which represents landscape. These two images represent two complementary poles reflecting the Taoist view. Tao, whose view is represented as Taoist view of the universe. The mountain is Yang, Y-A-N-G, reaching vertically towards the heaven, and it is stable also. It is warm, dry, very dry in the sun, while the water is Yin, Y-I-N, Yin. It is horizontal and is resting on the earth. This is all according to the art, okay. It is a fluid, it is moist and cool, that is feminine aspect. The interaction of yin, that is feminine aspect of universal energy, and yang, that is masculine aspect, okay. Both the elements. In between that, there is a middle void which is overlooked, where there is interaction that takes place. So actually Shen Shui wanted to give meaning to that void which is created, okay. Let us understand it with the other point, that is yin, yang and pranayama. Yin, yang and pranayama actually is a yogic practice. So this can be compared with the yogic practice of pranayama. It is to breathe in and breathe out. The suspension, see, when we breathe in or breathe out, we take some time, we suspend it for a limited period of time, and that is the void, okay. That is actually the blank period between breathing in and breathing out. This is what he wants to mean. So the suspension of breath is the void where meditation occurs. The middle voids, it is very essential because this is where this meditation occurs. Nothing can happen without it. Hence, the importance of the white unpainted space in Chinese landscape is also void. Suppose this is a white unpainted space, and on this unpainted space is actually the void where these all letters written here takes place. Okay, so that is actually the void. This is what the Chinese art meant. Now what is men's role? Next point, men's role. There lies man's fundamental role in art. What is his role? In between heaven and earth, man becomes the conduit of communication between both poles of this universe. Okay, his presence is essential. Man's presence is essential because he is only there to understand it. He is only there to make a relation between both. He is the eye of the landscape. He can understand the art better. Okay. The next point is outsider art. Now what is meant by outsider art actually? French painter Jean Dubuffet, D-U-B-U-F-F-E-T, Jean Dubuffet, he originated the concept of outsider art. It is described as outsider art because it is produced by people who had no formal training yet show their talent and artistic insight. This is what is given about outsider art in your text. Next is nature's contribution. Related with this outsider art only, okay? What is nature's contribution to the outsider art? See, around the 1940s in India, an untutored genius was creating paradise. He made himself a garden sculpted with stone and the recycled waste materials. Now it is called the Rock Garden at Chandigarh. 80 years old creator and director is India's biggest contribution to outsiders art. Okay, the 50th issue of a magazine, that is Raw Vision magazine of England, features nature and his rock garden. Rock garden, one of his sculpture actually, woman try the waterfall on the occasion of its anniversary issue cover. Okay. The next point is nature's honor. See, he was an artist who had created wonders just because of by the help of recycled waste. That's why he had to be honored. So the notion of art, brute and raw art, is the work which were in the influences. Okay, were those which influenced many people. Anything can be taken as a piece of art. It can be a tin or a broken piece of cup. Okay, this is what this art had shown. Actually, then what happened? The Swiss Commission for UNESCO honored nature through an exposition of his work, and then the 5 months interactive show titled Realm of Nature, beginning with October, held at leading museums in Switzerland, Belgium, France and Italy. Actually, this is what is given in the text about nature and his art, that is outsider art, or you can say brute art. So this is what is there in this chapter.